Cool. Okay, let's go through the Black Swan sequence. This is a really great sequence. It's one of the newer sequences in my training. We're gonna start out in our down dog. It's a little complicated, so we're gonna go over it step by step together, but I know you ladies can do it. So we just went over what we would teach in a beginner class, right? Super simple. Forward fold, down dog, cat's meow, one-legged dog, upside down dog, up dog, headstand. And then we just float. So what we're gonna do when we come into the Black Swan is we're gonna come into the half moon and massage and some other really great poses that some people do in class, but we're gonna just take it a little further. So we're gonna inhale left leg up. It's gonna hook outside in. Make sure you just get the leg loop out of the way, okay? We're gonna straighten the leg this time. You guys all wanted to straighten the leg last time. And I was like, hold on. Okay, so this is a much deeper one-legged down dog, right? We press our chest towards our standing leg and it's like, ooh la la, right? So now what we're gonna do is come into standing splits. We're gonna pull forward. So you're gonna hop the right foot to the center of the mat, yep. And now we're just gonna start to bend the elbows and hang. So again, like we did in our flying dog, we can release our arms out to the side. We have no weight in our arms. If you want, it's a little intense. Keep the top leg as straight as you can. It'll help for balance a lot. Yeah, you kind of hook the foot. There you go. Perfect. Now, if we want to go further in the balance, we're going to clasp the hands behind our back and pull down towards the ground. You'll notice this is harder. You really have to find the sweet spot. Now, only do it if it feels good. The other option is to grab the ankle. You can actually grab the ankle and pull down. So you don't have to ground the heel, but you can pull the heel down towards the ground for a deeper hamstring stretch. Really good, guys. Okay, let's bring hands back down to the ground. Okie dokie. So we're gonna come into, with our standing splits and twists, we plant right hand down, left arm reaches up towards the sky. So we reach towards the standing leg, right? That's one way to remember, because I get backwards sometimes. Okay, now we're gonna reach all the way back behind us for the swing, the far edge of the swing. Yeah, thumb points up towards the sky. So this is a big twist, right? So for some people, this is as far as we go. We're gonna stay here. And to take it further to half moon, we do this simultaneously. We start to walk to the right and turn our toes to the right and reach up higher on the swing with the left hand. Really good, guys. Okay, so then you can actually let the right hand float. And you can drop your head and drop your neck and roll it around and get a big stretch through the neck and shoulders. Doesn't that feel great? Yeah. So good. So I really take my time in these poses just because it feels so awesome. So now our hips are facing forward, right? Okay, I'm gonna look up towards the sky. I'm gonna roll my belly towards the sky and grab the swing with the right hand. Yep, okay, good. Now my left hand can be free. Again, this isn't working in sequence, so I don't always teach this in a beginner workshop, but we can have some fun today. So grab from the handhold and create a wrist wrap. So put it around your wrist and then grab, yeah. Now we can hang even more, right? Yeah, it feels way better. Okay, so Black Swan, the Black Swan sequence, so this is half moon. We just start to bend the standing leg. So bottom of the foot goes towards the thigh. And this is Black Swan number 1. So we can either just hang, or we can feel pretty and fully extend. Nice. Good job, ladies. Okay, so then I'm going to replant my foot. I'm going to turn my belly towards the ground. At the same time, bend the top leg, and then roll over into massage. Really good. So I'm going to grab with both hands. Once you have to turn your belly towards the ground first. So keep breathing. Like I said, this is a harder sequence, so just go as far as it feels good for today. If this was too much of a shoulder stretch for someone, I could have them switch to the leg loop. Wow. And then that's a little bit easier for some people. So just try it, just for fun. And of course, it's going to kind of like activate your third eye. It's going to bop you in the corner, but that's okay. So either way, we can start to bend the standing leg and come into Black Swan number 2. And float. Now, number 3 is we just hook. So we bring that foot up and we hook it on top of the other one. And then we do a bicep curl. And look up towards the sky. Stretch the belly. Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful, ladies. So good. Oh, fully extend. Start to replant. Ground that right leg. Turn your belly towards the beautiful trees. Straighten both legs. This is really important. I'm going to go for my left hand again. Come into my hand hold. So we're coming back through our half moon. And now we're going to try for the sit and spin. This is when it starts to get fun. Now we get to really play. Okay. So my foot has to go with my belly. Okay, so I'm going to turn my foot is going to point to the back of the room as I turn my belly towards the sky. So turn towards the windows, and then, yes. So if you don't turn your foot, it doesn't really work out. I thought that was the secret. I was like, why isn't that working? Oh, they didn't turn their foot. Okay, cool. So from here, this is called hammock. I'm going to kick my right leg up on top of the left. So this is my sit, and then I'm going to fully extend. I can arch and open. Belly is still facing the sky. Yep, just kick your leg up. Can you do it?
No, it's
Do it like it's so hard. You can actually hold on to the swing with your right hand at the same time too. Nice. So arch and open. Beautiful. Okay, so watch me, ladies, if you can. I'm going to keep holding on. Okay? I'm going to spin through the center, bend my elbows, and come flying up. Let's try it. You're like, I don't want to do it. I'll spot you for the next one. Okay. It's really fun. It's really fun. We're going to get all the accoutrements all the way. Isn't that fun? Yeah. So that's called the sit and spin. Let me show you one more time. I'll just get into that last position. And it is a lot on the hands, so you can always go like this. And do It's like rock climbing.
Yeah, my wrist is feeling it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, all right, we were doing it very slowly, just so you know. So I'm going to come up, turn it to the side. I do the wrist wrap. My right hand is going to grab. So do this next time. Grab for the swing at the top. This is scientific term. It's called the nub. So cross legs. That's the hammock. I spin through the center, and I just bend the elbows. So I sit and spin.
Wow.
Okay?
So fun.
It's so fun. If you don't bend the elbows, you kind of drag on the ground.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine too. Let's try the second side. I'm just going to adjust this because not see my head when I spin. Okay. Let's just gracefully come back through our down dog. Okay, so hip flexors, lean forward. We're going a little bit faster into our forward fold now that we're familiar with it. Get your breath. Right, sometimes when we start to have fun, we start breathing. Wag your tail a little bit. Happy dog. Get that nice and low. You got it. You'll notice if it isn't in the right position, because then you'll have to pee. Right? The bladder does not like it. Okay, inhale, right leg lifts, look up, bend the knee, hook outside in. This would be the beginner version. And then when we're ready, we straighten the leg, keep the foot hooked, it kind of wraps around. There you go. So I kind of flex my foot back to get it hooked. So nice straight leg if you can. So now we're in a one-legged down dog. Now if we want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to inhale, pull forward, step the left foot into the center of the mat. So in the forward fold, we bend our elbows a lot. So just bend your elbows and hang. So this is when we're engaged but relaxed, right? Whole upper body relaxes, lower body's engaged. And then try your airplane wings. Find your balance, right? Let your arms come out to the side. And then if you can, clasp them behind the back. If you don't want to clasp behind the back, go ahead and grab for the ankle. You can always do one hand on the ground. You'll find you just move the foot around until you find the balance point, or you'll spin. That's okay too. That makes it all the more fun. Just try it. I know. And it's okay to float as well. It happens. Most people, their hamstrings are really tight, so they'll want to float instead of keeping grounded. And just note that that's okay, but they lose the stretch then. Then we're just playing instead of getting the yoga in. Okay, let's return our hands to the ground. Let's inhale, walk the left hand to the center. Lift the right arm up, right? So now we're going to start to twist. So I can reach all the way back, right? Big twist. Thumb is pointing up towards the sky. I hold on to the swing. So standing split twist, and then I turn my toes out to the left, hand comes out to the left. We kind of swing out to Ardha, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, right? So my hips are facing forward. Okay, so this is position 1, and then if I want to reach up with my left hand, I have to turn my belly towards the sky. For some reason, if I don't say that, people try to reach the other way. Yeah, doesn't work. Now my right hand is free to find my hand hold. I like the wrist wrap better. So try the wrist wrap this time, Charlotte. If all your weight is hooking at the wrist, then your hand is holding, but it's not so much pressure. But just switch it up when you need to. So back to Ardha. My left hand is just dangling. And now I can bend my left knee, lift my foot, and come into Black Swan number 1. Okay. So you're just reaching up with the right hand.
I know, I can't do
You're like, I don't like
that
it.
with my wrist. My wrist is not liking that.
No problem. So just do it for a second and then land it again. Now bend this top leg. Now our belly is going to roll down towards the ground. Oh, you came undone. I did. So if you come undone, come back down to the ground and rehook because it's really hard to do in the sky.
Yeah.
I tried.
Realize that is not happening.
The brain gets confused too.
Yeah.
So let's all just hook outside in. It's okay. You can always come back down, outside in. Push the legs straight. We're going to go a little bit faster because we're going to go right into our half moon. So we're going to reach up. Try grabbing for the leg loop instead of the hand hold. Yeah. Do the more beginner version. And then turn your belly towards the ground. Yes. So this is okay, because a lot of people will have trouble holding on for long periods of time. So this is totally okay. You can even float here. Try picking up your standing leg and just floating a little bit. It's a much bigger stretch, right, on the arms. Now hook one foot over the other. See if you can hook the feet. Yes. And then do a little bicep curl and look back if you want to do the full Black Swan. Big stretch. Awesome. Very nice. Now extend the arms. Plant left foot down. Come back through Ardha. Okay. So you can actually hold on to the leg loop the whole time. If you want to try it that way, Scarlett. Try holding on to the leg loop the whole time. If you hold above the nub, you can kind of get a good grip. So both hands, remember the foot has to turn back. Keep the top leg straight. Yeah. So if you don't do that, the belly can't.
The belly won't follow.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to do the more advanced version, keep holding on to the leg loop. But if you want to do the more advanced version, hold on to the swing with the left hand. Leg loop. Hold on to the swing with the left hand at the top. Yeah. And then hand hold with the other one. So wait for me, I'm going to come back and get you. So we're going to do it together. So hook, right? This is called hammock. And then you arch and open. Okay? So now when you bend the elbows, you have to spin through center. Keep the elbows bent. And yeah, you got it.
Okay, yeah.
Woo, you did it. Okay, good. So yeah, so you can do that either holding onto the swing or the leg loop. The leg loop makes it a little bit easier. Sometimes what I'll do with people is I'll also do a wrap, which you're probably familiar with. The only thing with wraps is sometimes when you want to come out, you can't.
Yeah.
So it pulls on the wrist. But for these ones, we're not doing anything crazy. So, when you're wrapped, you usually get stuck. You stay in. But that's another way. If somebody really can't hold on, you can wrap them up a little bit.
Okay.
Was not fun?
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's
So
very challenging.
yeah, so that's how we could take, something like the yoga translations in a beginner sequence and then turn it into something acrobatic. So we did our first side spin. Okay, is that fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do a little bit more, because we're not going to learn some crazy flips today. I don't know what time it is, but I will walk you guys through the Superfly Snuka. Okay. And this clock is completely wrong. 7:30.
We may have,
That must be 5:30. Okay. Mine is still on San Francisco time. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. Okay, we're good. We still have a good half hour. I want to show you guys some side flips, and then we're going to do a nice long Shavasana because I want to show you guys. So the world-class favorite is Shavasana in the cocoon. So the swing spreads out. You guys have noticed, right? Everything spreads out. So we'll actually, before we get into cocoon, I'll show you how to do some of the beginner sequences with these expanded. Because some people, like literally, like I said, their lymphatic system is so stuck, they're so sensitive that they don't like the pressure anywhere on their body. Until it feels good, we can spread everything out, make it easier for them. But since we were just here, let's go ahead and try some of the side spins. We just kind of ran through one with hammock. But I wanted to just hook one leg and show you that sequence. So we're gonna face each other, and I'll try my best to say it backwards. Sometimes I get confused. I use my forearms to press the swing down to my waist. Yes, good. So this is how, so most people get in and they start wrestling with the swing. It just doesn't work. This is the nice, easy way to get, if we do it at the same time, it'll be even. If we pull on one side, we actually get off balance, you guys. Some people don't know that. Okay. Lean back so it stays at the waist. I'm gonna hook my left leg out and around. Yes. So lean back to do that, and then let the right leg slide out. If this was a clock, it would be 9 o'clock for you guys. So yeah, there you go. So it's also fun to use the mat like it's a clock. And then if you're sitting straight up and down, let your hips drop a little bit more so you're straight up and down. So this will slide into your armpit, If you just drop your weight. So now I'm getting that side body stretch again, okay? So you can use the swing to like rest your head. I know, this is the good stuff. It's like, so usually what I do is something dynamic and then something restorative, and then I go back and forth so the body can integrate. And this also makes it a lot more accessible for people who are beginners, because, not everybody wants to do Cirque du Soleil. No, everybody wants to do Cirque du Soleil. Not everybody can do Cirque du Soleil. Let's get it straight. So we get lots of rest in between. Especially if you're going to do a 2-hour workshop versus an hour class. An hour class, you can keep the energy up, but usually I'll bring it down and then back up again. Okay, let's hold on with our right hand. Okay, let's do a little core strengthening. So we're going to lean back, so we come into like a plank pose, and then we're going to do some toe touches. So we're going to exhale, squeeze, touch your toes. Inhale, expand. Nice long lines of energy. Exhale, squeeze. So pull your hip down so you're actually able to touch your toes. So you're bending at the hip flexor. Yes. Feel the difference? Inhale, expand. Exhale, touch your toes. Most people, if they're bending at the waist, they'll feel like their leg's too long. The whole body's based in sacred geometry, no matter what the size. Good. Expand. And then exhale, squeeze. Now we're going to come into dancer. Dancer is where we let our toes and our fingertips snuggle towards the ground, but we got nice long lines of energy. Okay, it's more like a flourish. And then from there, we do a big sit-up. Touch the toes. Good. So dancer version, right? So dancers don't actually hold anything, like the Pilates plank thing. They don't usually do that. They do the flourish. So 2 more. We'll get into our core strengthening in the intermediate practice as well. I don't usually do it for beginners because they'll start crying, start whining. Last one, dancer. Now you can actually bend the knee and reach back and grab from the foot. Come into like a half though. Either the hand, you grab the foot with the hand, or you can kind of move into the elbow crease if you're super flexy. You don't get extra points. It's just fun. Good job, guys. Okay, great. So let's land it. Come back through our side body stretch. Right, chillin'. So isn't that great, because we're actually working all areas. All areas of the core by being in open chain movement. They call it open chain when you're fully not suspended. Well, fully suspended, but not holding anywhere. Okay, so now what we're going to do is grab for the swing with both hands. We're going to step. So we're going to pull ourselves up, and then we're going to straighten both legs. Roll your belly down towards the ground, so toes are going to be pointing towards the flower of life there. Okay, so get a big shoulder stretch by pressing the swing away with the left hand. Just kick their leg loop out of the way. Good, you got it. So this is when those beginning poses where I said like keep a nice long line of energy through the core. Because if we lose the core, it doesn't go as well. We can still do it, but we want to pretend like we have that straw that we don't want to kink from the crown of the head to the tailbone. So we're going to release the left arm. We hold on with both hands to the front. You can do it with one hand, but let's do both to begin. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my belly down towards the ground. I'm going to just release this hand to show you. And then my bottom leg is going to spin through center. So keep that nice long line of energy through your core. Let your head come down towards the ground and then just spin. Yeah, I know you can do it. No, the other way. Yeah, so hold on with both hands. Go ahead, pick your foot up. And spin. You got it. Through center. Good. So because you kind of folded in the middle, it's harder to get the foot through. So let's just try it again on the other side. These are probably pretty simple for you, right? You do these ones. But it's just nice because I'll show you guys later the Jedi kicks where we do this quick. And it's really cool if we really get the alignment through the core. So we push down with our forearms. We get the swing to the waist. We'll go a little bit faster for this side. Lean back. Hook the right foot outside in, and then come to sit. So foot will spin out to 3 o'clock for you guys. Right? So we first get the side body stretch. They're super chill. And I do things in stages because some people will just stay here. Look at the hamstring stretch. They can hold onto their foot. And they're like, no, thank you. I don't want to do your super core exercises. And then if we want to come into a plank, we lean back. So notice the swing is on a diagonal. Make sure it's not like squeezing the kidney or something. Just kind of get it into the sweet spot. And then exhale, toe touches. So we do a flat back. And then bend in the hip flexors. Yes. So the foot comes up to meet the hand. Good job, guys. Do 10 if you can at your own pace. Just exhale and squeeze on the way up and inhale, expand. See if you can find that rhythm. Okay. 3 more if you can. Remember to come and stay in plank, not dancer. So everybody's kind of going past that 0 point. Yes, see if you can do the Pilates version. Good. And then on the last one, come into dancer, where the toes and the fingertips come towards the ground. And then if you can, big up for the core. Let's try 3 of those. Use a little bit more oomph and momentum. Let's get all the way up. And then we're going to let ourselves hang, stretch the belly, bend the knee, reach back and grab the foot. So come into half bow. Either stay holding onto the foot or try getting the foot into the upper crease. And from there, just come sitting straight up and down. Right, your foot slides up. 3 o'clock again. Head rests. Let's take a break. So after we find center, we hold on with both hands. We come to stand, so our foot comes right underneath us, and then we straighten both legs. Toes point towards the other wall. I press away to get the shoulders stretched. Long lines. So I like it when the leg loop is up here. So yeah, get it up a little bit higher before you lengthen. Above the knee if you can. Yeah, there you go, hon. That's better. Good. Nice. That'll just help us when we do our spins. Okay, so you don't have to hold on with both hands, but it makes it easier to lean forward. So make sure you lean forward the other way.
Why do I do that?
Everybody does. Who knows? Yeah. And then kick the top, the standing leg through center. You got it. See, that leg just comes right through this line here. Yes. Keep going. Sorry. Sorry, let's try it one more time. That's all face the same direction, so I can have a little bit easier time giving instruction for that one. It's really for...
Sorry, I've never taken any aerial.
And you're doing great. Okay. No, as long as you're having fun. I mean, these are challenging.
Yeah.
We're definitely, this is the last challenge we're going to do.
This is not beginner stuff.
This is not beginner stuff. Nothing we did for the last 20 minutes was beginner. Okay, let's hook left leg outside in, and let's just come to stand. So right leg is right in the center of the mat, left leg is extended. Okay, so just see if you can get the visual now that I'm going the same direction. It's a little bit easier to see. I roll my belly down towards the ground. I keep holding on with my right. I grab with my left, and my right leg spins through center. Oh, we got to get this around the thigh. Sorry. That's okay. Yep. through center. This center.
Pull
Pull yourself
I
through.
don't understand.
Sorry, pull yourself through. Yay! That's great. That's pretty much as complicated as it could be. No, it's okay. That's great. So, see what I mean about like jumping around?
There we go.
Let's try it again together. Are you up for it? You don't mind? Okay, good. So I'm going to respond to you. So lean back and rock your left leg around. Outside in, the other way.
Maybe that's what I need.
Yeah, might be.
I was doing it right to begin with.
So now come to stand. Yes.
That's why.
Keep rolling your belly down towards the ground. Keep a nice flat line with your body. Now this, I'm going to hold this here so it doesn't, so keep this straight. So this one goes through center. Yes!
That's
It's
why.
so easy.
Okay. I don't know when I
There's
started
always-
switching that I was doing it right at first. And
No,
when I
no,
started
everybody
switching it up.
does inside out. I don't know why.
Okay.
You do outside.
Because I was like,
You
well,
got it.
I can't do
You
it. It's
got
going
it.
to trap my leg.
Let's try the other side. It was great though. We like doing the circus version because
Yeah.
we get really silly and we get all bound up and fall to the ground.
Yeah.
It's all part of the act. We're like, we totally meant to do that. Okay, so swing us up the waist. Let's hook the right side, right outside. Okay, so we keep both legs straight. That's an important fact. So the swing stays up on the thigh. Yes. So keep holding on with the left hand. Now the right hand is going to grab. Keep leaning forward, and then yes, and then spin for center. Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, see? You totally got it. You're like, I got this. All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. And they're fun.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the side spins are the hardest for people to get, and then the other spins seem easy. So I usually start with them.
Yeah.
All right, let's come back into our swing. We're going to start to chill it. We're going to slow it down. I'm going to show you how, we'll come into the butterfly wings with the legs. So we're going to spread these out. So from our heels all the way to our calves. So this is a version, we didn't even really do the floating Buddha, but when we have the leg loops at the ankles, it's called floating Buddha. So these are our butterfly wings. I know, and it feels good. You almost don't mind the pressure on the arms because the legs feel so good. So, and this looks really cool. That's
Yeah.
what I like about this sequence because we have our little
Yeah,
wings
little
going. Okay. So we're going to bend the knees and bring the feet together. Might have a hard time seeing me, but just kind of go with it. I'm going to reach my arms wide and then as high as I can on the leg loops. Leg loops. So reach forward for the leg loops instead of the swing. Yeah. Yeah, as high as you can. So reach for the leg loops. No. Wrap your arms around your leg. It all went well until that last pose. Holding on.
Exhaustion.
Right? We're going to push our hips forward and lean back. So this is called flying knee. It should feel really good. Let's give it a stretch all through the neck and shoulders. Now we're going to inhale and pull ourselves up so we're sitting on our feet. See if you can do it. Now you got to reach up as high as you can on the leg loops and pull yourself up. Yeah, feet together. Reach up higher. You got it. Good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to keep our arms around our swing, but we've got them in front of the leg loops. There we go. Butterfly wings. Yeah. Totally worth it. You're like, where are we going?
Yeah.
Hold on. Not too far. And so in our butterfly wings, we can bend our elbows. So if we keep our arms out wide, I call it skydiver. If we bend our elbows, we can just flutter a little bit from side to side. So this, of course, you can do with the leg loops bunched up, but with them spread out over a larger surface area, it just feels really, really good. You can feel the thighs kind of getting cranked open. You good? Mm-hmm. So looking at the elbow creases if you slide in. There you go, and then the chest. All right, to come out of this, we have to push with our arms. So push your hands down towards the ground. Yes, to leverage yourself back up. Yeah, hold on, and then sink back. There you go. Open it back up. So this is called windshield wipers. We're going to clasp our hands behind our head. So this is always chillax in arms when we support the head. And then with straight legs, we're just going to shift from side to side. So we push one foot down. You guys got it. Other foot down. There's literally a gazillion things we can do. So when I do a workshop, I usually just kind of feel out the crowd and how far they want to go and you know, make sure that they're getting challenged, but having enough fun that they like build some courage, right? Build some confidence. So we definitely went further than I would normally do in an intro, but the Black Swan sequence is really fun.
Yeah,
especially
cool.
I love the spinning.
yeah, the sit and spin. So fun. Okay, so from here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna bend our knees, and you can see we wind up in chilaxin if we get the leg loops pulled off. So chilaxin is with the leg loops at the knees, and then floating Buddha is with the leg loops at the ankles. That's just the difference of the poses. We're gonna come on out, get ready for cocooning, and then walk yourself up to stand. Take your time. So get both feet out before you try to stand up. Sit first. Both feet out before you try to stand. Really good. Important factor. We only do that once, and then after that we're like, oh, I will fall over.
But yeah.
Okay, so let's check it out. So everything expands, right? We were just playing with the leg loops to get a little sample of that before we finish. And now we're gonna get in, which is just the best thing in the world. So we're gonna grab a handful. So not the lip, right? But like a handful. So what we're gonna do is pull it underneath our bum and then extend it down to the legs. Aww. So extend it all the way to the knees. Yeah.
Oh.
I know, right? You're like, it's the money pose. It's the sweet spot. Yeah, you might want to grab a little bit more in your hands next time. Yeah, because usually once you get in, you can't pull it down if there's not enough material, but you got it. You're like, I can float, fly, and be free. Now we lean back and make sure that the swing is also supporting at the head, right? So we make sure we have enough under our head, and then we can bend the knees and keep the feet together like our butterfly wings. It's like Baddha Konasana legs, and then we just cross our arms over our chest. So make sure you can get into a position where you can just drop. We're going to do some variations, but I just wanted to give you an idea of how you can quickly get in and get into a really sweet Shavasana. So this is the metamorphosis, right? So we're going to allow all of the goodness from the practice to start to literally change and awaken every cell in the body. Now that we've been squeezed and spun and twisted and fried and stirred. So we just absorb all that goodness. So see if you can drop your hips a little more. See if you can relax your skull a little more. See if your toes can relax. Scan the whole body. You'll probably notice that you're holding somewhere in the body, even the neck. Tuck your chin in slightly so the neck is relaxed. So this feeling of being completely held is actually completely innate to us as babies, but foreign to us as adults. So allow that to happen. Allow yourself to be completely supported. It'll start to calm and strengthen the nervous system, and rebalance the immune system. It'll also create harmony for the metabolism and the hormones. There's so much benefit we can get just by hanging and enjoying that gentle rocking sensation. Okay. If the rocking becomes too much, you can always come down and ground. But if it's okay on the body, some people do get a little woozy and nauseous. They get like a little airsick, seasick. But you can allow yourself to enjoy it. Just start to notice whole body starting to relax and be soothed by the meditation process. I usually lead people through about a half-hour guided meditation in the cocoon. I'm going to do a little bit of a shorter version today since we're playing for extra long, but we'll still get the benefit of it. Before we come into complete quiet and stillness, we're going to do some leg variations. Okay, so one of the ways that we can extend the legs is to straighten the knees and point the feet up towards the sky, but the legs are out like in a V shape so they can catch the edges of the swing. So I call it a Viparita variation, like legs up the wall pose if we were on the ground, but legs up the swing pose. And then I like to extend my arms up over my head and bend the elbows so the fingers are dangling towards the floor. So I kind of let the legs and the arms match one another. So now there's more space in the chest, as well as length through the back body here. And then we're going to do the same body scan where we just drop and let everything relax, particularly the belly. Just let the belly soften in this pose. And our back is going to naturally round and take on the shape of the swing. So there's very few poses I just let the back round. This is one of them where you can really let go. And then just let the chin tuck in slightly. So there's length through the back of the neck. And sometimes this would be the preferred pose for Shavasana for those who want to drain the stagnant energy out of the legs. So there's so much more that we could have done today. There's a whole vinyasa flow that we could have explored. There's a bunch of inversions and that kind of thing. So since we didn't do too many inversions, just that headstand closer to the beginning, draining the energy out of the legs should feel really, really good. Other variations before we get into our final relaxation. Just press one hip down towards the ground and just hold it for a breath. And then switch sides, press the opposite hip down towards the ground and then hold it for a breath. And just notice what happens in the hips when you undulate from side to side like that. Getting any last bits of stickiness out of the hip flexors so we can find more space in the lower abdomen. And then both hips drop. Start to bend the knees slightly so the legs are still straight, but they're not locked out. We're going to be really gentle and slow. We're going to play the game like how slow can you go when making the transitions. So reach your arms up towards the sky. Keep your eyes closed. Just see if you can bend your knees even more to find your hands clasping the sides of the feet. So we're going to move into a variation of Happy Baby. So knees drop closer to the armpits. Knees are wide enough that they are moving towards the upper edges of the ribs. And then we're just going to let our hands massage the bottoms of the feet very gently as we continue to round our back and tuck our chin into the chest. So we're in a floating Happy Baby pose. Not really doing any major stretching here. If you wanted to go a little bit deeper, you could try straightening one leg and then the other, and alternating like that to get the hamstring stretch. But only do it if it feels really good, otherwise stay chill and relax tonight. And then from here, we're going to slowly let go of the feet, drop them towards our sit bones, and then pull the knees together, wrap the arms around the shins. So this is a reclined Happy Baby, where we can give ourselves a big squeeze. And it's like a child's pose if we were on the ground on our back. Start to harness all the energy into the center of your core. Give yourself a big hug while you're here. And just thank your body for being so good to you. Thank your incredible being for showing up and being willing.
gratitude into every inch of your being.
And from here, we're going to go back to our original position. So release the knees, bring the bottoms of the feet together. Like you're in butterfly wings with the legs. Knees are not going to be too wide, but they're going to find the sides of the swing, and then wrap your arms around your chest. Let your fingertips squeeze the tops of the traps, tops of the shoulders, and then just drop in. Now we find our Shavasana. Now we find our still point. Just let your awareness breathe you. So observe the breath as it fills your body on the inhale, and as you naturally release on the exhale. That inflation and deflation of the belly will be on automatic. And you just let yourself completely go. Let yourself be completely absorbed by the swing, like you're back in the room. The incubation, the integration of all the benefits of our practice. Feel good to completely rest after all of that movement and exploration. Let this be the long, dramatic, pregnant pause before the rebirthing process. For anything else, we're just going to start to consciously deepen the breath. Start to fill up the entire torso, breathing from the tailbone, through the hips, through the spine, through the waist, into the ribs and the chest, and drinking the breath all the way up to the collarbones. Keep filling until you hit the crown of the head, and then exhale, wash the energy down the back. 5 more times like this, inhaling, like drinking the most delicious nectar up through that straw of light that runs along the pillar of the spine. Inhaling from the tailbone to the crown of the head, nice and slow. Exhaling, washing the energy down the back. Release any last bits of tension, compression, holding, stress. Just let it go with every exhale, wash it away. Inhaling, filling yourself up with new light love energy. Exhaling, releasing the wrists, your hands. Just let them feel the space as you grow past the edges of the cocoon. And gently start to awaken the hips and just shift the hips from side to side gently. Nice big exhale with some sort of sound if that comes naturally from you. Let there be a sigh, an ooh, or an ah. And you start to awaken back into the room. And then we're just going to straighten our legs out in front of us too, like that big first morning stretch. You're going to stretch your fingertips away from your toes. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Start to wiggle your toes around, all your ankles around. Start to feel the air around you, exploring the space as you fishtail a little bit from side to side. And with that gentle rocking swing motion, just start to awaken the full length of the spine. Really take your time. But being this, how slow can you go in the next 5 minutes? You're going to allow the rebirthing process to be smooth and easy. Allowing our mantra to be grace and ease as we re-enter back into the room. So I'm going to inhale and pull my right leg up towards the sky. Keep extending the left leg and then hold on to the bottom of the foot. We're going to scissor the legs apart. So I'm leaning against the side of the swing. We're still sleepy. We're still awakening nice and slow. This thing still hold you and support you as you start to stretch the legs. Very good. Roll the ankles around one more time. Just unwind, unravel the legs. Spinning and releasing the tension. And then we're going to inhale the left leg up to meet the right. We're going to come into a gentle plow pose. So pull your feet down over your head. Tuck your chin into your chest. Lengthen through the lower back. And then keep holding on to the left. Let the right leg extend towards one another. And I'm leaning against the side of the swing, so it's a no big deal stretch for the hamstring. Oh, 5 deep, long, luxurious breaths here, scissoring the legs. Start to spin